Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast. I'm Bjordan Banderas. Here we smash through the barriers and push you towards your highest potential. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits everyone at some point. Loaning money. We're talking financial wisdom and, more importantly, when to say no. And I want to ask you this because I've been through this pretty much my entire life with my family. They will always ask me for money. That's one of the reasons why I stopped talking to them. So my question for you is, ever felt stuck in a financial tug-of-war helping others at your own expense? If so, then this episode is for you. So let's get real about protecting your wallet and, more importantly, your peace of mind. Because here's what happens, and probably you're going to agree with this. We all want to help our loved ones when they're in need, right? Even if they are leeching off of you. Again, I've been there and done that, so I get it. It's human nature. But when does helping turn into hurting? Not just your finances, but your relationships and, more importantly, your mental health. So let's uncover the truth about loaning money and why sometimes the best way to help is by saying no. So, picture this. Your best friend, your mom, or your uncle calls you desperate for cash. Maybe they lost their job or had an emergency, which it happens. It's life, right? You've got some savings, so you think, why not help out? But weeks turn into months, and that repayment never comes. Suddenly, you're in a bind yourself, feeling guilty and resentful. This scenario is all too common. My family did this to me so many times, I've lost count. Like I said, this is the reason why I stopped talking to my family. They still owe me like over 20 grand, and they said, we're not gonna pay you. So I was like, then fuck you. But let me share a story with you. How all of this started, okay? I loaned my uncle around like 8 grand to help him while he was struggling. This was back in like 2016. He promised to pay me back in a few months. Fast forward 8 years, I stopped talking to him and I never saw that money again. And just so you know, this could happen to any one of you. It can be happening right now to you, to your friends, to your family. Your family might be doing it to you right now. So let's clarify something though, because I honestly believe that this needs to be clarified. This is what people don't understand about not letting others borrow your money. Because saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you fucking wise. Your financial health is crucial. If you're constantly loaning money, you could end up needing help yourself. The key is to know your limits and stick to them, which is something that I didn't know how to do and a lot of people don't know how to do. It's essential to set financial boundaries. Decide in advance what you can afford to give out without expecting repayment. Like in my case, I didn't know I wasn't going to get paid back, so I lost a lot of money. And if someone asks for more than that, you can say no with confidence. Because this is about protecting your future, not their future. Like in my case, I see it from a different perspective. We have to get a lot of medications that are expensive for my wife. So I have to protect that money like it's gold. Because without some of the medications that my wife needs, she could literally die. So if I loan someone money and they don't pay me back, I won't be able to afford those medications. So what I recommend you to do is to get your finances in order. Create a budget that includes an emergency fund. This way, if you do decide to help someone, you're not risking your financial stability. A solid financial plan will give you the confidence to say no when necessary. You're going to start putting yourself first. Who needs to eat first? You or the other person? Especially if you have a family or you have your own things to do and you need that money, you. That's not selfish, okay? Putting yourself first is not selfish. Because loaning money can seriously impact your relationships. Oh, I know this very well. It can create power dynamics, resentment, and dependency. So by saying no, you avoid these pitfalls and maintain a healthier, more balanced relationship with the person that is trying to loan money from you. So here's one of the things that happen with a lot of people, and it happened with me. Often, you say yes out of guilt or obligation, right? You're like, I can't say no to my family. I can't say no to my mom because she's my mom. I can't say no to my brother because he's my brother or my sister. Or I feel obligated because we're family, right? You have to learn to recognize these emotions and address them without jeopardizing your finances. It's okay to prioritize your well-being. That's one of the things that I like about this podcast and how I like to push that. It's okay to prioritize your well-being. That's my biggest push from the podcast, and I want you to understand that. So if you're uncomfortable loaning money, offer alternatives. Help your friend or your family member or whoever is asking you for money create a budget or point them to resources that can assist them. Sometimes guidance is more valuable than cash. I've seen it happen. I've been doing that with some of my friends, and they're like, oh, thank you. Some of them don't do it, but that's on them. I'm just giving them the information and the help they need. And here's what happens. When you say no, be clear and honest. Explain your reasons calmly and without guilt. Most people will understand and appreciate your honesty. Clear communication is key to maintaining respect. And for those who don't get it, when you're trying to be open with them and honest with them, and they're like, oh, I still don't get it. You're my friend, you're my family member, whatever. It's like, hey, I don't care if you don't get it. It's my money. I work hard for it. I need to take care of me. I'm not going to put you ahead of me. And saying no is a skill. So practice it. Start with small requests and work your way up. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. You'll gain confidence and respect from others. Remember, loaning money can affect your credit score. So if a friend defaults on a loan you co-sign, it's your credit that takes the hit. So protect your credit by saying no to risky loans. I've seen this so many times. My uncle did this to my mom and ruined her credit. So if you do decide to help, consider it a gift, not a loan. This way, there are no expectations or disappointments. Give what you can afford to lose. Educate yourself and others about financial literacy. The more knowledgeable you are, the better decisions you can make. And also encourage others to do the same. One of the things that I like to do, and not to be a dick or anything like that, but whenever people ask me for money, I'm like, dude, I can give you this information that will help you in the long run. Just like it helped me in the long run. But I'm not going to loan you money. Because you're going to need $1,000 right now. In 2-3 weeks or a month, or even tomorrow, you're going to need another $1,000. So, no. All you can do at this point is learn how to, budget, how to not overspend, things like that. And they don't like it, then good. If they like it, good. It's on them at that point. So you have to strike a balance between generosity and financial prudence, because that's the key for this. It's possible to help others without hurting yourself. That's one of the things that you need to understand. It just takes wisdom and discipline, which is something that I learned late in life. Leverage community resources. Many organizations offer financial assistance or an advice. So direct your friends or your family members to those resources instead of emptying your own pockets, because again, you may never see that money back. Also, think long term. How will loaning money today impact your future? Sometimes the best way to support someone is to ensure you remain financially stable yourself. Use emotional intelligence to navigate these situations. Understand your own feelings and those of the person asking for help. Approach the situation with empathy and wisdom. The other person will actually like that. Remember, your financial health is a form of self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of your finances first, so you're in a position to help other people when it truly matters, when they actually need it. Be encouraged to stand your ground. It's okay to prioritize your financial well-being. You're not alone in this struggle. Many people have learned the hard way that sometimes saying no is the most loving thing you can do. So, with that said, I challenge you today to review your financial boundaries. Have the tough conversations and make the hard decisions. Your future self will thank you. And remember, rebels, it's not about being stingy. It's about being smart. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you found value in it, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to the Bad Influence podcast for more raw, motivational, and practical advice. Learn to say no so you can say yes when it matters. Stay strong, stay positive, and keep pushing your limits. And have a great day.